didn't get quite as cold last night as the night before, but they did say it could in the forecast, so we were prepared again. Everybody's here and happy this morning. I think I managed to keep Ruby mostly clean yesterday.
You did a great job.
I'll just do a quick once over. That California duster does a... Oh, wow, that's worse than I thought. Goodness gracious. I don't know if that's showing up on video or not, but that's worse than I thought, Donnie.
Yeah, it gets pretty dusty.
Yeah. Well, I remember last year, some days I would come in the afternoon from downtown, and before I would put her in the garage, I would get out the blower and blow her off. Yep. Hey, buddy. How's my good boy doing? He's a good boy. Let's switch around and put the good stuff closer. Eat the good stuff. Here you go, buddy. Eat the chicken. Chicken, chicken. Yep, still pretty dark out there. Hi, guys. You doing good this morning? Thank goodness everything was quiet overnight last night outside. No kitty issues. Wow, we're starting off the day and it's already a little bit windy. Burr is right. Good morning, Ruby. Yeah, Ruby says it's 37. So, again, not super cold. I guess that little bit of a breeze close to daylight is good too, because it keeps the frost from forming. So I shouldn't be complaining about that. I'll take it. Any sunrise cover the earth would like to bestow on us this morning. Only lasts for just a few minutes and then it's gone till the next day, if you're lucky. Still in front of me or not, but we had a Mach-E come flying past us like they thought they were driving a Tesla this morning. Yeah, it's 45 and then 35 coming over the bridge back there, and let's just say that it's not a very popular speed with some drivers. Brr, it was cold for my morning stretch out there because you know I never wear a jacket in the car. And I guess we've now got a little cloud cover to the east because the sun is not as bright as it was a bit ago. I'm just stopped here doing my stretch, doing my pogo before I head to the house. Tell me you got a reason why we can't go for our walk this morning.
I've got to work. Is that good enough for you?
It's 36 and the sun went in and I don't want to go.
Okay, well we go this afternoon.
We go this afternoon.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Since the sun went in after that really pretty sunrise, it really hasn't been very nice out here today at all. Ruby says 43, but I think the temperature is still falling since I brought her out of the garage. You know, I parked her inside, even though I was only going to be home for a little bit because I didn't want the pollen to, you know, just sit on her, collect on her for no good reason. Well, I guess it's a good thing we didn't walk, because I ended up doing a ton of things at the house. I finessed one little home automation thing from yesterday, the stuff that's on to the left of where Dawn sits. The second one of those little 2 outlet switches, I hooked it up over there for some stuff. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm late, Ruby. I don't mean to have a heavy foot. So I did a little home automation thing. I filed a problem ticket with WeVideo last night. I don't know what's going on, but I kept on having to refresh the browser and to get it to play the preview pane after making any changes, like trimming a segment or adding music or adding a transition. And so I was having to refresh, and they asked me to do some stuff, clear the image and file cache in Chrome, try it on Firefox, see if I could recreate it. I was able to recreate it on Firefox. Had to install Firefox first. Had to fight Facebook multi-factor authentication that doesn't work the way you expect it to. I mean, it's good to have it on, but they send you a notification you have to click on, even though they tell you they sent you a text message. And then one time they sent me a text message, and the code they sent me, it wouldn't be accepted, and it was a really weird code with a dash in it and everything. It was just a pain. But anyway, I recreated the problem on Firefox and let them know, and hopefully they'll fix whatever's wrong and tonight's editing will go better. It wouldn't be the first time there was a caching issue. I understand TSO user address spaces, this, you know, caching stuff with the browser back up to their SWS platform. I don't really get, I mean, I get caching of user address space information, but not the kind they're doing. And let's see what else. Oh, we took the covers off the plants. And I called and I made an appointment, and I called and I moved another appointment. So I was like really hectic busy. Sometimes it's just a relief to get in Ruby and just relax for a few minutes driving down the road. Wow, Ruby says it's still only 38 out there. Have they missed the mark on today's high? Are these clouds we're having unexpected, and therefore the forecast is wrong? I'm confused. I know I saw severe weather pop up in the forecast for tomorrow now, because we're supposed to have a warming trend, and I guess warm air is going to meet this cold air and cause a problem. I sure hope not. I really don't need for weather to be stressful, you know what I'm saying? And it so often is, especially with the current, you know, 100% of the day communication media stuff coming our way all the time. It's really hard to escape it. Oh no, I just went past the Model 3 to protect the innocent. I won't show the footage, but they had been pulled over by a state trooper. Just say it isn't so. All done at the chiropractor's. Could that be a hint of sun up there? I think it is just a hint. Ruby says it's 43 now. Any little bit would help today. I'm enjoying all the Yoshino cherries. Wish it was warmer. Probably be able to find some butterflies on them if it was. Not seeing a whole lot, but that is cute. Well, there's 2 bins of Duplos. That's one of them down there in the pink, but no small Lego pieces. Not one thing at Guardian Angel Apex today. Not one. Not for me, not for Michelle, nada, nothing. No jewelry, no Legos, no clothes, no towels, no Corel. It was a real bummer. That's Johnny's lunch. I've got up to 40 minutes to shop if I need it. And yeah, I got all the time in the world today. 40 minutes is pretty generous, but I don't need that much today. Isn't that the way it always works out? Oh, that's good to see. Another X. Ruby did not do good by me back there. I was coming, merging onto I-40. Well, I guess it's 440 here. And that truck that's now kind of in front of the bus, it moved over for me and gave me a full lane to move into. And I looked, you know, all the ways you look, your mirror, your side mirror, the car, everything. And it was clear to go, except for I tried to move 3 different times, and Ruby, not just a little warning, but screamed at me, showed the truck as red, basically tried to tell me she wasn't going to let me over. It wasn't good because, you know, it made me second guess that I knew that it was clear to go because I seen the truck move over politely to let me in, and I didn't. It was just frustrating because I pulled back, and finally the 3rd time I'm like, it's clear, I'm going. You know, you don't want to ignore an alert by the car that's showing a vehicle is red, but the lane was ending and there was nobody there. It was very startling. I didn't appreciate it. That was the first. It's the 2nd time I think I've noticed, maybe the 3rd, that, you know, for a big truck like that, she doesn't seem to be able to tell that it's moved over a lane, that it's not in the lane next to you, that it's one more lane farther over. I've never seen that happen with a smaller profile vehicle, but I've seen it happen 2, maybe 3 times now with the truck. But this was the worst one because she just wouldn't recalibrate where the truck was. And that was pretty annoying, pretty scary in this case. This is the truck up ahead of me now. It's walk time. Yeah, I put Ruby in the garage again so she wouldn't collect the pollen. He did not have this much energy a few minutes ago. We both sat on the love seat and we're like, nap or walk, and I'm like, don't do that. I'm having trouble this afternoon. Don't do that. Yeah. Normally I'm the one that makes sure we don't sit. All right, let's go. Well, we did. We honestly debated it for a minute if we were going to make it out here this afternoon or not. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't get more than 5 hours of sleep last night, if. There's just enough sun that we can feel it on our back as we're walking up the hill into South Park. Yeah. Thank goodness. I'll take every little bit of heat. Because I looked right before we left, it said it was 50 degrees, but felt like 46 because the air is just that dry. So maybe another stock split. We thinking there's going to be another. Why would Tesla split again?
Well, they want to do it. Elon likes small investors to be able to buy Tesla. When it's selling for $1,000 a share, especially if you don't do fractional shares, you got to come up. Every share costs $1,000. Well, if you do
approximately,
right.
Yeah.
Well, if you split 10 for 1 or 20 for 1, each share would cost $50 at 20 for 1. So at that point, a lot of people have $50 to buy a share, so you could buy a share of Tesla stock at $50 every week. You'd buy, you know, 52 shares a year, which would be quite a nice little, what they call it, dollar cost averaging concept. Well, at $1,000, it's kind of hard to do a dollar cost averaging because it could be months and months before you finally get a share.
Right. It makes you feel better you got a whole share, regardless of the worth of it, I guess, versus a fractional share of something more expensive that just doesn't feel quite so complete, I guess.
Yeah, well, for those of us who went through it once, the stock split, it really doesn't affect us. It's actually a good thing because it's sort of the psyche. You know, you see $1,000 a share, you say, well, how much is it going to go up? Is it going to go up another 10%? Well, that's $100. Well, if it's selling for $60 a share, is it going to go up another 10%? Well, that's only to 66. 66 sounds like an easy number when it's selling for 60. Where, gee whiz, $1,000, $1,100 sounds like such a big number. It's the same amount. It's still 10%.
Right. Well, I know that I do the math on what we paid for some of our shares versus the split, and I keep on smiling. Let's just leave it there, right? I keep on smiling. If you bought early on,
Right.
at least those shares bought early you can smile about.
Right, yes.
You're not smiling about shares bought later, but shares bought early on, the earlier the better.
Right.
Make your smile increases with how far back they go. But
That's right.
Donnie, this math on we split one time and now we split again. How's a person supposed to keep up with that?
Well, you just don't. You quit talking about what you got it at before split. That's why they go seriously. All the markets, as soon as it splits and it's official, they take all the numbers and just automatically divide them by the split.
You mean it's supposed to be like daylight savings time?
That's right. Well, they even go back and change it. The historical records, reports that they issued 5 years ago before the split, they go back and adjust those numbers to let them read what it does right now. Now they keep track of the split thing. They have another mechanism that documents that this was affected by a split. But nonetheless, they just when you pull up the graph on Yahoo and it says 5-year average cost, which takes you back before the first split, the numbers are right because they've gone on and changed all that historical data.
All right, well, don't blame me if I keep on trying to figure out just exactly how good those early shares are.
Yeah,
only as good as the paper says.
They're doing well, yeah. So those are some good shares that we bought those early on. I mean, we didn't buy them back in the day when they were $70.
Oh, there's people that are even happier than us.
That's right.
Yep. That's a big old washer.
Yeah. I was going to pick it up, but
we were talking, but now you're picking it up.
Yeah.
Well, most of these guys are in their uniform, so maybe the other team just hadn't shown up yet and they're practicing.
Yeah.
I just dropped Johnny off at Taekwondo. I got something for me and Don to eat. Johnny's got Chinese tonight, and I had about a 15-minute nap, something like that. Could have used a bit more. I don't need anything from Walmart. I'm going to go down to Big Lots and Kohl's and just walk around for a few minutes and then come back and get Johnny. Because I have right at 45 minutes. I don't have a lot of time. Wow, I'm really surprised at 7 o'clock how few people are here. Kohl's is usually busier than this. Same for Big Lots. I don't know what they're putting in down there. I heard some talk around town, but I don't remember. It's cute, but you really gotta wonder why they gotta have one nice towel and then one junky towel, and they still want the way they want. $5.25 per towel. I'm spoiled by Guardian Angel. And those flowers are here at Big Lots. That's very cute. Scratching. They have great fairy garden stuff here, but it's more expensive than I want to pay for decorative yard art. Making note that they do have some super big pots here. I've got a software update. Let's see what it is. It is 22.8.2. Connect the Wi-Fi to download. Alright, well, as soon as I get home, I'll be connected to Wi-Fi. And boy, the sky is looking a bit ominous over there. It's actually being lightened up by the camera. It's a little darker. Well, I got to scoot. I got 5 minutes until I'm supposed to pick Johnny up. I'm good. Couple stoplights, we're good. I didn't do anything special to connect Ruby to the Wi-Fi. She just ought to connect up and download. Oh, come on, go in. I think we're good. Charge scheduled. She was down to 65 miles. Okay. Anyway, I'll check back in a bit about the software update so I can schedule it. I wish I could tell it, put it on as soon as you're done downloading it, but I have to wait for it to download before I can tell it to go.